What's cracking, guys? Omar Isov here, back with another video. I'm excited for this collab today. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. And before I go on, I should address the controversy. I've been accused in the past of favoring individuals with long hair to be on the channel. If you're Jackie and have long hair, it seems like there's a 300% more likelihood that you will be on this channel. And I should just admit, yes, it's true. I have long hair and I favor my brothers that also have long hair. I show solidarity. I've been accused of being pro hair, and I'm just going to say yes. Alan Thrall, Timberwolf, Kane, Alberto Nunez, and now Kevin of Pure BullFit, aka Streetwise Hercules, aka another individual that did Keno Body's 135-pound max rep Master 2019 Super Blaster Challenge and crushed it. I think Kevin has a great channel that you should check out. I'm going to link it in the description. You should go ahead and subscribe. I first noticed him from that challenge. I've been watching him now for the last 6 months. I think he puts out good, practical, useful information, and he's going more towards that side lately, which I enjoy. I think his story about trying to cultivate resilience that you're about to see will resonate with a lot of you. I've been very open in the past in terms of my setbacks, the injuries that I've had with training, and how we should try and cultivate a sense of being robust. Yes, we can. And what can we do? How can we overcome these things? And once you hear Kevin's story, how he was in the Marines for 10 years, he had to be medically discharged, and he had chronic injuries, how he overcame those in order to become the strongest version of himself, I think is really cool. Kevin is close to a 400-pound bench press, so the dude is strong. He's putting in the work. I like his content. Make sure, once again, to check out his channel after this video. Like this video if you want to see more collabs, and leave a comment in the comment section below, once again, if you enjoyed it and what you want to see covered next. Without further ado, I'll let Kevin do the rest of the talking.
Thank you, Babar Assmerch. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time to talk to folks about resilience and overcoming perceived limitations. Hey guys, I'm Kevin from Pure BullFit. I'm a former Marine, a certified personal trainer with specialties in corrective exercise, sports nutrition, and tactical strength and conditioning. I'm pursuing my degree in kinesiology, and my goal is to provide people with actionable information and to debunk the bull crap in the fitness industry so people can live longer, better quality lives. But when talking about resilience and our body's absolutely amazing ability to adapt and overcome, it's one of those rare instances where anecdotal experience, yes, your personal experience, can take some of the center stage over professional knowledge and education. We are capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for, particularly in the area of training with and around pain. You may have seen Omar's recent video titled, "You Are Not Injured," and it especially resonated with me given my personal experience. And I asked him if I could talk to you guys a little bit about it because I feel like I have something to add to the conversation. A metric ass ton of experience. You see, injury ended my Marine Corps career. With just shy of 10 years of military service and every intention of doing 10 more, I was not expecting to come to an abrupt and painful end. Most service members put a fair amount of wear and tear on their body. It comes with the territory. But unfortunately, after a training accident left me with a seriously herniated disc in my cervical spine, it was determined that I could no longer continue my service, and I was medically separated. It hit me hard. Over a decade, I had accrued a number of service-connected injuries that I would now carry with me into civilian life. Chewed up and spit out, I was told that I would never have an active lifestyle again, that I was going to have to give up resistance training, and I was going to have to learn to adjust to a non-physical lifestyle. The bone-racking pain that I wake up in every day and the back spasms that often leave me immobile on the floor convinced me that that was true. But it wasn't. Turns out what I actually needed wasn't inactivity. It was to get help, get educated, and get to work. No, what I'm saying is you don't necessarily need to accept the perceived limitations that your physical obstacles are imposing on you. As it stands now, at 40 years old, I am the strongest I've ever been in my entire life. And while I may not be as fast or as agile as I was as a 219-pound Marine, I am as physically capable as ever, despite my chronic pain and my other physical ailments. How the hell did I manage that? Well, stay a while and listen. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited about the Diablo 4 announcement. Why are you such a nerd?
Let's go, nerd.
The very first thing I did was recognize that I have serious obstacles, so I need serious help. I recruited the assistance of Scott Brangle of East Coast, West Coast Strength, Speed, and Conditioning, so I wasn't exactly half-stepping. Scott is the trainer responsible for such champions like Leifa Ingalls, the inaugural champion of the World's Strongest Woman at the Arnold Classic in 2017, current middleweight champion, four-time California's Strongest Man Chris Burke, and many others. In fact, a strongman competitor you're more likely to recognize, Alan Thrall, regularly competed at California's Strongest Man, an event run by Scott Brangle. In our very first meeting, I told him, hey, I'm just looking for some help with some upper body exercises. Due to significant lumbar spine issues, I can't do anything lower body. And he told me to shut the hell up and literally drug me by the ear over to the squat rack to assess my form. From there, we immediately set about making a plan, and over the next 2 years, I went from not being able to do an air squat to squatting over 450 pounds. Then to put that into perspective, when I was in the Marines, I could barely squat 225 pounds for a couple of reps. I listened carefully what he had to say because he had a lot of personal and professional experience with working around injuries and chronic pain. He'd helped himself get over his own injuries and helped many other of his athletes do the same. I learned important concepts like submaximal training, something you hear a lot about here on Omar's channel. I learned the importance of nutrition and sleep, which I view as the most underutilized tool by anybody trying to make gains. If you don't sleep, you don't perform. If you don't perform, you don't adapt. And if you don't adapt, you don't make gains. I learned to prioritize the big things and not to worry about the little things like supplementation until it was time to optimize training. I learned the value of workarounds, that everything doesn't come down to the bench, the squat, and the deadlift. That you're not always going to be physically capable of doing those particular movements, and that it's perfectly okay to substitute them with things that others might look down on. Hammer strength machines, mobility training, tempo reps. A lot of the things that you'll hear some meatheads out there crap all over because they want to pretend it takes nothing more than willpower, a little blood, and guts to get that barbell off the floor. I learned that consistency is the real king. It's far better to have a string of pretty damn good sessions than it is to have one great session every once in a while. Sure, it's not as satisfying as hitting a PR every week going for that 1 rep max over and over again, but slow and steady progress will net you more gains in the long run than occasionally lightning striking when all the stars align. Patience will add more pounds to the bar than a primal attitude, but don't confuse patience with hesitation. What I find with people who are dealing with pain, be it an injury or chronic pain or lifetime, is that they often feel because they can't do exactly what they want, they won't do anything. And I think that's the biggest mistake. I've made more progress in recent years using rep cadences, exercise modalities, and training philosophies that 10 years ago I would have laughed at. The important thing is that you do what you can every time that you can and give yourself no shit for what you legitimately cannot do. But what is crucially important there is that you recognize the difference between I can't and I don't want to. There's almost always something that you can do. Look, it's hard and I'm not trying to take that away from you. Chronic pain sucks and I don't wish it on anyone. But you're not doing yourself or anyone who relies on you any favors by failing to do everything that you can possibly do to be the best you that you've got left. Fair? Hell no.
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something.
But that just makes it harder, not impossible. Wouldn't it be a shame for you to be your own biggest obstacle between you and your goal? Look, if you're somebody who has to deal with chronic pain and you still want to find out what you're capable of, the formula is simple, not easy. 1, prioritize sleep and nutrition because you're not going to get very far without them. 2, utilize submaximal training and exercise variations in order to do as much as you can as safely as you can. Putting in volumes of consistent work over time is going to get you more progress than relentlessly going for that 1 rep max we both know you're not ready for. 3, seek professional assistance where appropriate and have a voracious appetite for learning. And speaking of appetite, eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables. Eat your fucking vegetables. Because after all, as Socrates is often attributed as saying, what a disgrace it is for man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. That's it for me. I just want to thank Omar for giving me an opportunity to talk to his people, his rascals. If you have any questions for me, I'm very much looking forward to answering them in the comment section below. And as Oh My Ass Muffin would say, peace!
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.